Sherix Broadcast Network. News, sports, weather, business and finance, technology, culture and more. Tell us your story. Let's debate. Let's stand on issues. Let's defend democracy.
Hey, get over here, bro.
Youngin. Alright. We gon' kill this, man. Let's go. Okay, turn me up. Woo! Young Sal.
Turn me up.
Young Sal the bad man. Catch me at the club. Party all day. Yeah, you know what's up. I don't call me niggas and for make we link up. Look, we the pop bottle shots on shots. Catch me in a garage with me red cup. Eastern parties, no they ever dull. We the ball 247, we can buy any bottle. Check, money no they done. I know the LA but you can call me the boss. Cause way I pull up, the baby the must come first. So the boy cause I the floss. So I gon' points, yeah you know what's up. Look me, can join me bro. Can join me. Hey. We the bubble, we the enjoy, we the party. So time on it. Hey. If you don't sleep, now you don't sorry. Now for check you Facebook or you WhatsApp group, make you enjoy we. Yeah, or you can join we. Catch me na agal. Elena and Edith, me pocket text. Galage with the party, so 10 o'clock salads. We know the sleep party, we no mix pandas. Salon boy, know the play, no doubt that. Salon baby get game, yeah for sure that's where we team up. I say no match, all eyes on us. Two pack, Fizz Quincy's and Tessas. Then Sabi we back now over. Cuba, not so for talk. Now we the rule there, we can bubble back na Lagunda. Salon man, so chill. Let's stop it, now there we want kill. Booyah bitch, make a no talk safe number 2. Now there's some man dumb bill. Can join we bo, can join we. Hey. We the bubble, we the enjoy, we the party. So time on it. Hey. If you don't sleep, now you don't sorry. Hey. Now for check you Facebook or you WhatsApp group, make you enjoy we. Hey. Or you can join me. Young Sal the bad man. Catch me at the club. Party all day. Yeah, you know what's up. I don't call me niggas and for make we link up. Look, we the pop bottle shots on shots. Catch me in a garage with me red cup. Eastern parties, no they ever dull. We the ball 247, we can buy any bottle. Check, money no they done. Fizz Quincy's and Tessas. Then Sabi we back now over. Cuba, not so for talk. Now we the rule there, we can bubble back na Lagunda. Salon man, so chill. Let's stop it, now there we want kill. Booyah bitch, make a no talk safe number 2. Now there's some man dumb bill. Can join we bo, can join we. Hey. We the bubble, we the enjoy, we the party. So time on it. Hey. If you don't sleep, now you don't sorry. Hey. Now for check you Facebook or you WhatsApp group, make you enjoy we. Hey. Or you can join we. Hey. Can join me. Hey. We the bubble, we the enjoy, we the party. So time on it. Hey. If you don't sleep, now you don't sorry. Now for check you Facebook or you WhatsApp group, make you enjoy we. Let's get it, man. Or you can join me. Everybody dance to this. Young Sal. Now she talk kulala, I see you, nigga. Let's go. Barry Stall's music. Central Boys Dream. I'm in the building. Let's go, everybody. Yeah, dance to this. Can join me, boy. Alright.
Yes, definitely can join we. Of course, that is a little loud, so we're going to turn it down. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring the microphone down a little bit. All right, definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for that technical glitch down there. Of course, welcome to Sherix Broadcast Network. Of course, if this is your first time joining us, we want to take this opportunity to officially welcome you to our broadcast network, one of the best online televisions you can find for Africans all over the world. Of course, today it's going to be a full package, of course, but before that, we're going to give you our riddle of the day. Of course, like every week, we give you a riddle at the start of our broadcast, and we want you to exercise your brain a little bit in order for you to come up with a solution to that riddle. Of course, you know that at the end of our broadcast, we'll always come up with answers to your riddles. So our riddle for this week is, what is it again? And it is definitely tall in the morning, short at noon, gone at night, but I'll be back soon. What is it? Okay, let me go over that again. Tall in the morning, short at noon, gone at night, but I'll be back soon. What is it? Alright? That is your riddle for this week. Of course, it's tall in the morning, short at noon, gone at night, but I'll be back soon. What is it? So think about it, and if you have the answer, you can call me at 832-614-6242 to give me the answer, and of course I will broadcast your name live, and you stand the chance to win a t-shirt from Sherix Broadcast Network. And so we appreciate you for watching us. We appreciate you for everything. Of course, today we are going to bring you news, information, education, and some entertainment. Of course, Ms. Rochelle Bryant is going to join me in the studio to bring you live national news from Sierra Leone. And of course, I will be giving you the rest of the news. Of course, we're going to talk about some of the issues that are erupting in Sierra Leone, especially the altercation between the former Minister of Social Welfare, Women and Children's Affairs and his deputy. I'm talking about Alhaji Mojoy Kakai and his deputy, Mr. Mustafa Attila. Both of them were in an altercation in that office in front of their workers. They have now been sacked from their positions, and so we're going to have a panel to discuss. Of course, that panel is going to include an imam, a sheikh, a well-learned sheikh, to talk about some morality. And of course, we're going to have a politician to make a comparison between the leadership styles of both the APC and the SLPP. We're going to bring that to you. We're going to also bring to you mental health in Sierra Leone. Of course, as you know, the country since independence, it has gone through systematic traumatic events, and of course it is no doubt that a lot of Sierra Leoneans are today grappling with mental health issues. And so we're going to see what the government is doing about mental health in Sierra Leone and what other people around the world are trying to do with mental health to assist Sierra Leone deal with that very, very grave condition. Of course, we're going to bring you a weather forecast. We're going to bring you news about other important information and education. So we want you to sit tight as we try to bring all of this together for you. Of course, I'm going to be your host, Ibrahim Sharif, and we are coming to you live from studio number 8, based in Houston, Texas. And so please give us some time now and let us bring you news live from studio number 8. All right, so stick around.
According to a State House press release on Monday, March 7, 2016, the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Service located in Freetown stated that the Minister of Social Welfare, Gender, and Children Affairs, Mr. Alhaji Mojoy Kaikai, and his deputy, Mr. Mustafa Bai Attila, were sacked by the President, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. The sacking of the former minister and his deputy came about as a result of an audio of altercation between the two, which went viral over the past weekend. The sacked deputy was heard using obscene language against a senior colleague, who he accused of being an opposition supporter, a rapist, a cocaine user, and much more. The disgraceful altercation between the two men also left the office of sacked minister completely ransacked with broken chairs and tables, showing a chaotic scene as the two brawled. The incident has left many Sierra Leoneans wondering how two men in respected positions could disgrace themselves and the government publicly like they did. Speaking on SL.
So you carry people there from the street?
Just like how you never got people from the street. People that when they walk out, what I know you. You tell 98 say, you go block me, you can't.
How go block
you? You not to APC. You not SLT people. Oh man, wow. You don't need to let me standing in there. You don't need to let the people there. You don't need to matter the other there. We're not having. We know. I don't tell you how to tell. You know to APC. You can't eat. You're an opportunist. That's what you are. And that should not end today. I don't get me on charm. I mean, there's not better.
The podium on Monday afternoon, Mohammed Kamaremba Mansare, chairman of the opposition Alliance Demographic Movement, called for the minister and his deputy to be sued for malicious damage of government property. The reckless behavior of some of the ministers and deputies has been accepted by the president. Mr. Mansare stated that when he is elected president in Sierra Leone come 2018, his decision to select and appoint ministers should reflect on him as a president. 2 days after the incident, the former deputy minister made a public apology on social media and also in Sierra Leone newspapers for what he referred to as disgraceful, embarrassing, and disappointing. In other news, the former founder and chairman of the United Demographic Party, UDM, Mr. Mohamed Bangura, an errand man for President Ernest Bai Koroma, has been refused entry into Canada, according to social media reports. Sources say that Mr. Bangura, who lived in Canada before, was refused back in 2007 to enter into Canada as his Canadian citizenship may have been expired. He is believed to be facing criminal charges in Canada for immigration fraud. The Canadian authorities would not comment on this matter as it is still under investigation. Mr. Mohamed Bangura is now a member of the All People's Congress. According to one of the supporters of Mr. Bangura, they say that he was not denied entry into Canada or banned from the country. Rather, that he was denied a Canadian passport and instead maintained his permanent residency status because he wants to run for the presidency of Sierra Leone. Canadian immigration law is such that when a permanent resident in that country stays outside of the country for more than 6 months, such resident loses his or her permanent residency status. In entertainment, RFM rapper LAJ has licked his wounds by running to the Nigerian artist for his TOS3 album. The rapper, who is just being released from prison in North America, had in his previous song, which was titled I'm Not Guilty, his outburst came at the time he was detained at Freetown's maximum prison after it was alleged he drove a rebellious conduct which led to killing of 3 people. The rapper's song also came about at the time Emerson had featured a Nigerian artist, Timaya. It was said that LAJ's outburst was out of frustration because Emerson refused to be featured by him. It has now emerged that RFM rapper has ran to the Nigerian artist for his career to be resurrected. They have been sharing on their social media pages of LAJ featuring Ice Prince in a song and possibly Davido. A video shoot of Davido is also expected. There's another revelation that LAJ has sought to feature a third Nigerian artist, Timaya, which is amusingly the same artist Emerson featured, which made LAJ take offense in the first place. Unfortunately, Timaya has actually turned down LAJ's request. And that is all for our national news and entertainment segment. Thank you very much for watching, and we're going to go back to Ibrahim with news from social media. Have a good night.
All right. All right, thank you very much, Rochelle. That's Rochelle Bryant. We want to say a lot of thanks to you for that news. Of course, we thank you very much for the way you brought it. All right. All right, thank you very much, Rochelle. We want to say a lot of thanks to you for that news. Of course, in other news now, we're going to start with a local newspaper from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Of course, one of the best newspapers in the country. Of course, it was published on Friday, March 11, 2016, and headlines: Sierra Leone News. Special Court re-arrest CDF Director of War. The President Justice Philip N. Waki of the United Nations-backed Special War Crimes Court for Sierra Leone, SCSL, on Wednesday, 9th March, ordered the arrest and detention of former Civil Defense Force Coordinator Moinina Fofana for allegedly violating conditions of his early release from detention. Moinina Fofana was granted a conditional early release on 10th of February 2015 after serving 2/3 of his jail term of 15 years imprisonment at Banga prison in Kigali, Rwanda. He was supposed to complete his sentence in May 2018 under strict condition at his hometown in Bo. Fofana arrived in Sierra Leone on the 13th March 2015 when he was conditionally released to go home in Bo. Before his release, Fofana had signed an agreement stating that he understands that if he breaches any of the release conditions, he will be rearrested. He also underwent training to ensure he behaves properly while under the conditional release. The order for his arrest and detention specifically mentions one of the special conditions that he shall conduct himself honorably and peacefully in the community and shall not engage in secret meetings intended to plan civil unrest or join local politics. Fofana was arrested and brought to Freetown last night to await trial. All right. The special court president has designated Supreme Court Judge Justice Vivian Solomon to conduct the trial within 7 days. All right, and that's the other news that came from us here at Sherix Broadcast Network. And of course, we want to say a lot of thanks to you for watching the news and for being with us exclusively. All right, and so we're going to now bring you a recap of that altercation between the former Minister of Social Welfare, Women and Children's Affairs, Alhaji Mwajue Kakai, and his deputy Mustafa Attila. You know, the altercation that took place in their office in front of their employees and in front of other staff. And so they have now been sacked from their positions by the president of the country, and we're going to bring you that soundbite. And so we advise that some of the words used in that audio are a little graphic, and so listeners and viewers' discretion is advised. All right, and so we want you to stick around.
I'll make you know that the pass here. Today, pass any money from Italy. No more to come. I have to push money on my money.
Give you money.
Yeah, you get that. You dey give PS instruction, they give my money point. I no care address there, I no care over there. I don't give a damn what you like. I mean, I only get a cover. It's me and you. I don't report you all the time. For someone buy, I don't report you. I don't report you. I swear to anything ready for you. You don't too busy. Anybody like Mr. Porter and ABC, anything is going on. Now let's say play the welcome. You're not tribalist. That's what you are. You're nothing. Nothing more joy. Nothing. But it's an happy abo. Tell the people be a passport this car or set out somebody. Believe what I tell you. Listen, I don't want PSF second. Anybody I respect. Stay off. I don't tell what you say. Stay off and go off. Go off. I don't tell you my first one. Call me okay right now. If you know say you mama born you good, then you. If you know say mama born you good, what they tell you back? If you know say mama born you good, come on the mic. What they tell you back again? You are the tell you back again. If you know say mama born you good, come on the mic. Why you don't say what she talk say? Satan don't dey alone ten. But now all around the time now. All now the time for that meeting. For sure you are Satan is. You beat staff now you wound. Report me, they beat the wounded. They put my I don't know. Now what's my dog? You don't come on. You not to try prime minister. You for there, now the slum minister. You don't put my we know that the few concubines when you get they come to you, not me. Hey, nobody can say. Excuse me. You not going to say. Now they pass the task by the police. That's the task by the police. I swear to anything. Yeah, I come out for somebody did the body come here. So now how much I'm determined. Who are you? From now, you. Did I talk to you, eh? And the body will talk to you. You in particular, young idiot. I don't take Moki the part, I don't take more. I would honor your office. You think you are the pull on your office and your office is the day. That's showing now, say, you are nothing. You know that. You're the president commander. President commander, you talk about saying I offense and to manner. You know, you tell me, you forget? Victor Foe, they make when they go and call a like fat na coat. What you don't do for Victor Foe? You talk say no make blacks who can play. Because you have body for the court case. So that much you don't know you. Who care about stranger? I'm security. I'm security and for this thing. Me because that you know take me. Come on, you there you know get boss to cook for you, not get boss to boot for you. No way I ain't close safe. When you not take you cocaine, now you the car you white time more than the people. Because you take one and cocaine. You not drug addict. I know the people how they sell and give you. We don't set you up. Wait. Small. I don't know. They laugh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that was the conversation directly from Mustafa Bai Attila, who was the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare, Women and Children's Affairs in Sierra Leone, as you heard it out there. And of course, we are now going to bring a panel to hold an exclusive discussion on this issue of leadership crisis in Sierra Leone and the morality that surrounds that crisis. And so I'm going to go to the next studio to bring you this exclusive interview, all right? So stick around with us. All right, with me in the studio now is two very important gentlemen. Of course, on the left we have Sheikh Mohammed Salah, of course, one of the learned sheikhs, resident there in Pennsylvania, and of course we also have Mr. Lansana Sako, one of the seasoned politicians who is here to make a comparison between the Sierra Leone People's Party as the main opposition party in Sierra Leone and the ruling All People's Congress. All right, gentlemen, welcome to Sherix Broadcast Network. How are you doing today?
We're good, and thank you for having us.
That's good, that's good. And so, Mr. Sako, let me start with Sheikh Mohammed Salah first. Sheikh, welcome to Sherix Broadcast Network. We brought you in here because we know you are a religious person. And most of the things we see happening in our country at this present time, we are not very happy about it. And so we have decided to bring you in to really talk to us about what do you think about leadership like between God and man, who elects or who selects a leader in any situation?
I thank you very much for having me, my brother. First of all, I am not a scholar. I consider myself as a student of Islam. I'm still pursuing knowledge of Islam. Lot of Quran. But,
Go ahead. We're hearing you.
okay, to address your question, first of all, leadership is something that comes from the Creator Himself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said in His holy book, يُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ يَشَاءُ تُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتَنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَّنْ تَشَاءُ. He chooses whom He gives leadership, and He also yanks it or takes it away from whomever He chooses. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you leadership, this is a trust. It's a big responsibility. You think that you are chosen by the people. You notice sometimes the majority of the people will vote for one candidate, but that candidate happens to be the loser of that particular election because he's not been chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only the one that is chosen by God is going to be the leader. And so leadership comes with a lot of responsibility. It's a trust. If you don't execute your duties the way Allah wants you to execute them, you will be answerable. Before you called, I was discussing with, we have a Christian brother here, a very brother of ours. I was sharing with him a passage of the Quran that was displayed at the Harvard Law School Law Library. They have a passage of the Quran at the end of the library, and they say, this is what the Harvard University is saying about this verse. They said that it is the best representation of justice in history. And it comes from the 4th chapter of the Quran, verse 135. It says, I will read it in English. It said, O you who believe, be witnesses for justice for the sake of Allah, even if it's against yourselves, or your own parents, or your own next of kin, and whether or not they are rich or poor, Allah is a better protector of them. Do not follow your desires, your heart's desire. Otherwise, you will distort the truth. And if you distort the truth, or you choose not to represent the truth, know that Allah, or God, forever watchful over you. He sees and notices everything that you do. So when it comes to leadership, you have a huge trust in your hand. If you execute it right, you have a reward for it. And if you don't execute it the right way, Allah has a severe punishment for you. And the Prophet ﷺ also talks about leadership. He said, and this starts even from the leadership of the home, because of household you are a leader. He said, "Kullukum ra'i wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi." Say, all of you are stewards. All of you are caretakers. You are stewards, and all of you are responsible. Each one of you is responsible for his or her stewardship. If you are a head of family, you are responsible for that family, and you are questionable. You are answerable to that family, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are a leader of a country also, you are responsible for the welfare of your country, and you will be questioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on how you executed your leadership responsibilities. And so, what we see many times that distorts and corrupts our brothers and sisters in leadership is one thing. The rule of law does not apply to everybody, and that is really bad.
Right.
When the rule has to apply to everybody, the poor man, the rich man, the leader, the follower. Everybody has to be under the law. Nobody should be above the law.
Right.
If that happens, Allah's blessing will be with us. I hope I am able to partially address.
Right. We're going to continue to talk on that issue. Let me bring in Mr. Sakor at this point. Mr. Sakor, you happen to be a member of the opposition SLPP, and of course, the All People's Congress Party has been in position of authority since 2007, repeated in 2012, and we have seen a pattern of leadership that is completely retrogressive and very chaotic as well. You know, the violation of our constitution, you know, ministers going into altercation in front of their staff, you know, all of these things going on in the country. Now, what is your own opinion on how the incumbent APC is ruling us or ruling the country? What can you say?
First of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Sherix, for making it possible for us to have a forum like this, wherein we'll be able to share our ideas and our opinions to the public. Therefore, I commend you a lot for this kind of benevolent act that you have embarked upon, and God may Allah bless you for all the work that you're doing here in the diaspora. The APC and the SLP, yes, I am a member of the SLP party, but at the same time, where anything is going wrong, it doesn't matter what party I belong to, I will come up against that particular act in any way possible, as I will go against an opposition. Just like the Imam just said, we need uniformity, we need justice, because God commands justice as in the Christian religion or in the Islamic religion. He commands justice. So justice has to be dispensed equally and in an unbiased manner. But with the APC party regarding Sierra Leone, we have seen, first of all, APC party started doing injustice to Sierra Leone when they ruled for so many years under the leadership of Shaka Stephen and then Momoke. He ruled with, the party ruled with one party, meaning there were no other political parties that were allowed to take part in the electoral process. There was only one party. You either belong to that party or you go to jail. And then you come out to say anything against the APC party, then just getting yourself in trouble. We know how many people died under the Shaka Stephen regime. Rumors of overthrowing the government, Brigadier Lansana and others, all of them were killed senselessly, and most of these people were innocent. If you look at SLPP party, SLPP, the only reason I came and joined the SLPP, I think SLPP is the lesser of the evil. SLPP always tried their best to rule in a democratic way. The AP party has shown in many instances, as recently as the firing of the Vice President, Alhaji Samsumana. We have the characteristics of government, the separation of power has been upon the judiciary and the executive branch to be separated from each other. But in this case, I'm sure most people agree with me that under the APC party, this thing is not, they're not separated at all. They're all intertwined and interconnected, and it's not supposed to be that way. The executive, which is the member of the cabinet of the president and himself, they have a lot of individuals. The vote have been taken to the sitting vice president, I think it was 5-0. That was manipulated. That was because of power of the executive, meaning from the president's office downward. They interfered with this judicial process. And in any country, I will guarantee you this, in any country where the executive has power over the dispensation of justice, then that country is doomed to fail. Then those citizens are not in any way possible that they will be ruled justly. by that particular president or the party in power. So
Right.
that's number one with the APC party. Number two, the APC party, they usually it's too much violence in the way they want to assume power.
Right.
Too much violence. They have it in them. I'm not saying every APC member is violent. No, the party's strategy to win power is based on violence, not the population itself. Most of them do not want to be engaged in power, in fighting or violence. But the APC party want, and they want power. They want to try out. That's not something that our
And so, Sheikh, so Sheikh Sila, let me bring you.
our history. That election he won it. He could have. He had all the power. He had all the tools to do so. He had everything in his hand to say, listen, we do not agree with this result, or we're not going to annul any consequence or any dispute. Everything is not so great. But even though there were disputes that were in favor of the essence,
All right. And so let me bring in Sheikh Sila. Sheikh, are you guys hearing me?
hello?
Yes. Are you hearing me? Okay. All right. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. You have to speak a little louder. I don't know. Your voice was fading in. But anyway, let me bring in Sheikh Sila. Sheikh, quite recently, or not even recently, Sierra Leone has been a little notorious for, the worship of idols, the practice of juju, and all of these things. Wherein we have been hearing that some Sierra Leoneans, in fact, have been using those means to do away, to kill people, to do a lot of things. Do you think that for the things that we do, our own actions, the idol worship, the practice of juju, do you think God is angry with us and God is punishing us for the kind of things that continues to happen to Sierra Leone, Sheikh Sila?
Thank you once more. Allah said that a lot of the sufferings that mankind goes through is a result of their handiwork.
Right.
Now, we all know the history of Sierra Leone. It used to be Muslims and Christians. We coexist, do things together in harmony. If that culture has changed to idol worship and black magic, I can say for sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to please with that, because all of those things are the handiwork of shaitan. And Allah has warned us over and over and over again, told us that Shaitan, the devil, is a clear enemy, is an open enemy to us, and we should not follow his steps. These are little footsteps of Shaitan. We think that they are innocent footsteps, but they are not. These are things that will lead us to bigger dangers. And Allah said, if we continue to do things like this, He will withdraw His favor from us, and we will suffer the consequences here in this world and in the hereafter.
Right.
I apologize. It's time for Maghrib prayer. I'm going to excuse myself for 5 to 10 minutes during the prayer, and I'll be right back.
Of course, my politician is over there. He will handle me. He will handle me. Of course. Okay, we'll see you later, Sheikh Sila. Of course. So, Mr. Sako, we're gonna go delve a little bit into this situation now. We see this pattern continuing like this in the country, and we have seen even the president, who has now sacked these two gentlemen, also violated our constitution. And here we are, we have the main opposition party and we continue not to hear anything tangible that the opposition party is doing to correct this government, so the people of Sierra Leone can actually see an alternative to the current government. You know, because when the current government is doing all these things, it is good for our people to turn around and see that there is an alternative that they can deal with. Do you think the people of Sierra Leone have an alternative in the SLPP at this point?
Sometimes in the SLPP party, when you really look at them, you want to believe that they're fighting for it. But when most of these things are happening, I don't know whether they're afraid of being brutalized or being sent to jail, or they just don't have the discipline to fight for what they believe in. There has been many infractions of the Constitution or the rule of law in Sierra Leone by the APC government that the opposition party should talk about and make sure the government reckons with their belief or their interpretation of justice or their interpretation of rule of law. But it seems like everybody is quiet, nobody says anything. I remember Madhav Bio's statement when he was in England. He was getting ready to come back to Sierra Leone, and he said he will be in front of the crowd and he will be willing to take the first bullet, if I am not mistaken. So I'm just paraphrasing.
Right, right.
I'm not going to.
I remember that very well as well.
And he will take the first bullet. When he got to Lunge Airport, what happened? The man, I think there was a wedding ceremony between him and Baikroma. They went and got married and went into a honeymoon. And then he went to an expedition of sensitization. This is a guy that when he was in England, he's saying all these things that when he comes, the rule of law has been broken, there's no more law, the judicial system and all these things are not being followed well. So when he comes, he's going to make sure he puts this to the forefront of his campaign, or these are the things that he was going to talk about. But when he came, he kept quiet. All he did, he went around the country for sensitization with the support of the APC party, especially the president. So what happened between him leaving England and what he was thinking to when he got to Sierra Leone and then had a wedding with the president and got married.
Right.
At the, and then left for honeymoon, driving around the country with security and enough money. In the these are the corrupt things that are going on in our country. So I want to believe most of these guys have been bribed so that they can be quiet, or they've been promised something so that climb the ladder. So therefore, the opposition party in many cases have failed the people of Sierra Leone. They have failed the people of Sierra Leone woefully. And it's time for them to stand up and fight for the people of Sierra Leone. Under any circumstance, they should fight for the people of Sierra Leone. If you have back on politics, then have the fortitude, the stamina, and the conviction to fight for what you believe in. You don't change your tune because somebody is pointing a machine gun at you. You don't change your tune because somebody has promised you a lot of money. You don't change your tune because you are trying to get something that is only beneficial to you instead of the people that are looking up to you. So this is what is going on in the opposition party. There are a few of people that I will call here that will voice their opinion, and they're not afraid of voicing their opinion. If you don't mind, I will
go ahead.
Some of them. That would be, I've been, as you know, I am a campaign manager for Dr. C. Sam, and I know that someone that will not shy to attack anything that is going on. But again, Alpha Thibault This guy, I admire this man. Very, 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 very. Alpha Timbo is a man of his word. I have been listening to him a lot these days. Before I never do, but now I've been listening to him a lot. And it's a lot of things he wants to do for the country. And not only that, this is the kind of man that will not fear anything, to say what he believes and what is good for the country. And he has it. And then we have like go through some political limbo. Just this is elected justice against
Right.
just in this past record in 1990s. I think all these things are being Sergio. The alliance that they're building, I just hope that then we'll get together and sit on the table, find a way, a strategy on how to work.
Right.
And not to themselves in their work, not for self to be their vocabulary, for their attitude, for their character. The masses and for the population. That's what I hope for the SLPP to embark upon. But comparing the two, I would say SLPP, Sierra Leone has a better chance of developing than SLPP.
Right. Okay. And so there are also these issues of, the incumbent APC, seems to be engaging in actions that will suggest that they don't really want to peacefully hand over power to a democratically elected government if that government happens to be formed by the opposition SLPP. I mean, we can see the clandestine actions going on wherein the youths are asking the president to be given more time to continue to be in power. We are seeing where the APC government, according to them, they want the president to continue to be chairman and leader of their party. And by default, once that happens, the chairman and leader of the APC automatically is the presidential candidate of that party. And so we are seeing where they are going along arresting people like the most vociferous Ali Kabar. And so we are seeing all of these trends going on. What do you think the APC is actually trying to do, especially that we are just coming out of 11 years of brutal civil war, the Ebola crisis kicked in, and all of that? What do you think they are trying to do, really?
Thank you very much for that question. The APC, as I said earlier, is a brutal, comprises of people that can be brutal just to be in a position of power. They can. They do anything and everything to win that election. They've done the one-party rule for 17 years or more. I'm not sure exactly. And if it's the chance, they'll do it again. Whether it's by rigging the election or whether it's by fighting, comes out, they'll try to do. So with this strategy that they're doing, they think probably most of the people in the country will not understand exactly what they're trying to do, but we understand what they're trying to do. Just like you have explained, that's exactly what they want.
Right.
They want to become the party in power from 2017. That's the strategy that they're bringing out. Ali Kabar had a reputation with the APC government since 1986, since he's based in private college. He has a reputation with the government. So, and to be candid, Ali Kabar is the only opposition leader that really goes out there and says what he believes and says what APC doesn't want to hear.
Right.
He goes against them. So he is a nightmare for the APC. What they're doing to him right now is not because they're trying to put the law what they're trying to do is actually trying to silence him so that he will not air up their dirty learning. That's the reason they're after, not because of anything else. Otherwise, let's look at it. How many people, yes, bigamy is a law in Sierra Leone. If you commit it, you need to be held accountable. I agree. But at the same time, are they applying it uniformly, or it's just absolute in the terms of when it comes to Ali Kaba? I believe it's absolute when it comes to Ali Kaba, because they have something to gain and then they're trying to start something from that is SLP running for president and to destabilize the APC party by bringing out points that will make the citizens of Sierra Leone see the of the APC. So they go all out to stop it. And now with the youths in Makeni, I heard that we're hunting more time, and I think on his birthday, some censored, hopeless, and useless politicians that are benefiting from him, those are his core members.
Right.
We're chanting, we wish you more time instead of we wish you a happy birthday. That is useless. That is censored. And they should know that it is unconstitutional, because the Constitution of Sierra Leone says 2 terms. Kabak came, he did 2 terms. And election was conducted. The SLPP handed over power to APC.
Right.
APC followed the same line that Akaba or SLPP has set. SLPP has set an example, has brought democracy into Sierra Leone. It's for us that are following to build on that democracy so that Sierra Leone will become a better country, so that the people of Sierra Leone will benefit from their leaders and the country. But APC doesn't want to do that. They want to circumvent all these things and make sure they remain in power by hook or crook, and that's not a good example for our country. It's not a good example for democracy. In fact, it takes the country backwards. You mentioned about the Civil War. This is a boiling point right now. We are sitting on a fragile peace. Fragile peace meaning we just had peace just few years. There are people still in our country that are susceptible to fighting, to committing violence, to commit crime. Why?
Right.
Because their conditions still not changed yet. People are angry, people are hungry, people are poor, people are suffering. Look at Prabe College just these days, picking students out of one of the oldest universities in Africa from school, from attending school because they don't have money to pay for school. All the buildings are dilapidated. Nothing is there. They don't have enough materials to do their studies. Nothing, absolutely. And then you are trying to be in power by hook or crook. That means you are just going to start another war. I hope no other war starts in Sierra Leone, because it will be worse than it was before. We have seen it. We have gone through also. I am appealing to APC party. I am appealing to all the stakeholders. I am appealing to Anes by Kuruma and whoever is chanting more time, or whatever way they want to do it, so that he can come back to power. What you're doing is you are fomenting war in our country. You are fomenting war.
Right.
And if that happens, believe me, we will not hesitate. All the culprits will be brought to justice, inshallah, and they will be dealt with severely.
Okay, and so, Mr. Sako, I'm going to come back to you a little bit later. But let me bring in Sheikh Sila. Sheikh Sila, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you, Sheikh, about if there is any potential punishment on the day of judgment to those people who are entrusted with the position of authority in any community. Now, if they are not mindful of what they do as leaders in community, are they going to be punished according to religious books? Are they going to be punished for what they are doing? Is there any kind of punishment that is demarcated for them specifically for their actions on this earth?
My brother, thank you again, and thank you again for having me. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. As I said earlier, leadership is good when you can execute your duties. It has a lot of reward. However, if you fail in the execution of those duties, the day of resurrection, on the day of accountability, our prophet, peace be upon him, said, on that day, the man that is most bankrupt is not the one that's penniless. It's not the one that doesn't have money. It's not the one that doesn't have houses or cars or other tangible properties. He said the most bankrupt person on the day of accountability who comes in front of God, everything is complete.
Right.
His fasting, his prayer, his pilgrimage, his charity, you name it, everything is complete. But he has wronged this man, he has squandered the money of that man, he has abused that person, and he has oppressed that person. So our Creator is justice, because he prohibited injustice upon himself first,
Right.
before he prohibited it on us. His infinite justice, what he does, all of those people that he had oppressed, all of those people that he had wronged, are going to get up one by one, standing in line one by one. The first one is going to come and say, oh God, this man squandered my money. And what God is going to do is going to take the good from that man and pay the man whose money he squandered.
Right.
Then one comes and said, he abused me. From his good and give it to the one that he abused. One comes and said, oh God, he oppressed me. He's going to take from his good and give to that man. And for a leader of a country, what happens when all his good deeds are gone? Still have a number of people he still owes, and all of these people have to be owed. Understand that on the day of accountability, what counts is how much your good ways versus your bad.
Right.
And so because he ran out of good, what happens? The next person that comes, Allah is going to take from that person's bad and dumps it on him. That his bad is reviewed.
Right.
The next person comes, he takes again from his bad and dumps it from him. So this man who started with a very good chance of going to heaven now has lost everything that he has done. Now
Right.
he's getting dumped on him, little by little by little by little, until at the very end, when that last person comes to claim their right, is out of. They keep taking acting from them and dumping it on him. In the end, Allah will order the angels to take him and drag him and throw him into the hellfire.
Right.
So yes, the punishment for somebody who behaves like that as a leader.
Okay, yes, and we are hoping that some of our leaders are actually listening to this conversation, because this is very important. We need to bring some form of morality into the way we do things. I mean, Sierra Leone, since independence, I was reading about Sierra Leone history. Since independence, we have gone through quite a lot as a country. And so, Mr. Sarko, according to your explanation, it's like you are actually pleading with the incumbent APC not to do anything that will violate the constitution any further, or that will bring chaos in the country. As an opposition member, what if this government doesn't listen to your plea? What alternative do you have, or can you suggest as the only way forward? Because this party that is in power is on record for not handing over power to a democratically elected government. What if they don't listen to some of these pleas? What do you think the people of Sierra Leone will have left to do?
My first inclination would have been to go to the justice system. But now I have no confidence in the justice system in Sierra Leone. It has been tainted, it has been tampered with, it has been bought by the APC party. And a big example of that is just recently what has happened with the vice president. And we're not talking about the lower courts, we're talking about the Supreme Court itself. At a case like this, that is black and white, clear cut, that the president was wrong, is wrong, and is going to be wrong. He was supposed to go to the parliament because the vice president was chosen by the people. He brought his complaint to the parliament and for parliament to take action and impeach the vice president if he is found or was found lying to the complaints that has been lodged against him. But he didn't do that. He single-handedly fired the sitting vice president that has been chosen by the people of Sierra Leone, not by him. The only time he had the chance to fire that vice president was when they were running, when the election hasn't been won yet, and he knows that. So I would say I have no confidence in the judiciary to reverse anything against the sitting government. Should they rig the election, or should they maintain power by rigging the election or by hook or crook? So I have no confidence there. Otherwise, that would be my plea, because as a Sierra Leonean, I have seen the atrocities of war and the mark, the scars that the war has left. You have little children with no relief, 2-year-old, 5-year-old. You have fathers there and raped and turned into slaves, domestic slaves, and some of them, because of those psychological problems, they have become prostitutes on the streets with no control, let alone with their youth cut off. So that makes it even worse. I don't want to see that in my country. I am praying and I hope that the government is listening, and the people in authority that has the power, the electoral commission or the electoral commission to be doing this thing, to be fair enough, if whether they are Muslims, Christian, or whatever religion they belong to. I'm saying they are accountable to the Almighty God and the new Israel. So whatever they do to cause any atrocities upon anyone, spill any blood in that country, they have to know that they will be held accountable in hereafter. My suggestion would be, knowing that I don't believe, but I don't trust the judicial system, if that doesn't work, I would like the people of Sierra Leone to go out on the streets with peaceful demonstration and remove the government. They're not going out only on the street. Thousands and thousands, if not millions, should go right in the office of whoever is the president for that day. And we should be ready to take the bullets ourselves, because most of the great leaders died fighting for their cause. Martin Luther King died fighting for the cause of the black people in America. Because of it, we have rights here today. Malcolm X died for the same. A whole lot of other people. And then you have Mahatma Gandhi. All those people fought for what they believe. So therefore, I would advocate for peaceful demonstration. If that doesn't work, then I will ask. I don't believe in military rule at all. Not military rule at all. But if it's the APC that is hell-bent on staying in power, and if it's found that they rigged the election, or they lost the election, or they manipulated the constitution to do that, then I will ask the people to go out and remove him forcefully. That would be my prescription.
And so, Sheikh Sila, let me bring you in finally. We are going towards the end of this conversation, but let me bring you in. If I could ask you to give a word of advice based on the Islamic religion to leaders in Sierra Leone, what would be that advice?
advice to leaders would be very simple. Maintain the rule of law. You're not above the law. You are a citizen of a country, and therefore you're not better than anyone of that country. You have been given a responsibility to be a steward, a chief steward, to look after the country and its citizens, among whom you are a member, and so maintain the rule of law, treat everybody equally. Number two, understand that these same people that put you in power have authority, have the right to get you out of there, just like my brother was saying. This does not contradict our religion at all. In fact, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if you witness injustice, change it with your fist, with your hand. If you cannot, then change it with your tongue. Say something against it. If you are not able to say something against it, at least in your heart, you should abhor it. You should hate it in your heart. And so, people of Sierra Leone, or every country, any country for that matter, should know that they have a responsibility. If the rulers, if the leadership does not care for them, they should remove that leader and appoint somebody else. Because, like my brother was saying, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything.
Right. All right. And so, finally, Mr. Zako, during the altercation between the deputy minister and the minister in their office, we understand that the deputy minister actually ransacked the entire office, broke chairs, tables, flipped stuff over. These are government properties. Do you think they should be prosecuted for destroying government property?
Mr. Ibrahim, yes, I do believe if they cause any damage, any harm to either human or property, that's a violation. That's taxpayers' money. The taxpayers' money is paying them a beautiful life, a life that is better than millions and millions of Sierra Leoneans, and their behavior that day, especially the deputy minister, showed the immorality in our government. It shows the kind of leadership that we have in our country. And I've always advocated that in choosing your president or any leader, morality should be paramount at the forefront of your thinking. Because if your president or your leaders are morally bankrupt, then everything else is going to set ablaze. Nothing else is. This is the example that Moido Kaikai and Mustafa by Attila showed to the world.
Right.
These are government ministers. I can a little bit commend the minister, Moido Kaikai. He kept his school the entire time. He spoke one or two words. Yes, but at the same time, the blame falls to the president. These are the type of people that he's choosing. In fact,
but Mr. Sako, people who are very good at upsetting other people, that is exactly how they act. They will say little, they will act little, but they are actually doing something that will get on your nerves. The deputy minister is blind, and people who have those kind of disabilities, they become easily frustrated, especially that he was not seeing. I'm not on his part, but I'm just trying for our listeners, our viewers to understand. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Yeah, people with some kind of with disability, usually when anything happens, they think you're taking advantage of the disability. That's why you're acting the way you're acting, and even if you listen to him, he in fact mentioned that. But was that true or not? I wasn't there. I can't tell. Maybe not. But that gave him no cause. He's in a power of position. He's representing a whole country. He's not representing his household. He's not representing a classroom. So it should have dealt, or they should have dealt with this thing in a more professional manner. But you know, going back, I just want to go back to this rule of law and the constitutionality of all the actions that the president or the APC party is taking against other officials and against the people of Sierra Leone.
Right.
That is very, very. I want to keep that we just came from 10 years of civil war, and the scars are still prevalent all over Sierra Leone. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that suffered mental health problems because of the war, because of trauma. Either it's because mental health, you can't really point a finger on what causes it, but there is a biological, environmental, and other physical causes, genetic causes, but let's deal with the environmental and social causes.
Right.
You go to town today, you see crazy, there's a lot of people going crazy. You go to Bone, you see other people crazy. And these are all because of one, our social class. The way we are class, we don't have money, we're broke, and we're aspiring for some things, and then we're let down, not because we don't have the brain, but because our government is paying us, so we can't do it. We can't pay school fee to go to school, even though our grades are A+, and then we end up selling cake and akara on the streets for the rest of our lives. And we end up going crazy because we keep thinking every day, filling the brain up with negative stuff and other things. But this ruling a country has a lot of effect on the citizens. It's not just monetary effect, it can be psychological effect. It'll make some people go crazy. People that believe they should be somewhere and they're not able to get there, not because they're lazy, not because they don't have the basic, but because their government is depriving them of the social amenities that they need, that they have to provide them with, so that they can excel and become men or women or have dignity in their own household. The government deprives them of that. All these things sends them crazy. So I'm pleading to whoever is going, I'm pleading to the opposition party, the SLPP or whatever new opposition party that is there. We want you guys to fight for the people of Sierra Leone. We don't want to fight for yourself. We don't want to fight for your tribe. And we don't want you to elect anyone because he's your friend or he's coming from your region. We want you to support a leader that is just, that can do the job, that is able and capable of making Sierra Leone a better place.
Okay. Right. And so finally, Sheikh Salah, the deputy minister, former deputy minister by Mustafa Attila, apologized to the entire Sierra Leonean public after his act. From a religious perspective, do you think we should forgive him?
I think if a man or a woman acknowledges his or her mistake, sincerely repents, and makes a sincere promise to make amends, I personally would forgive him or her, and I would ask my fellow citizens to do the same, yes.
Okay, so in other words, you are advising us to forgive him?
Yes.
All right. Okay, and so guys, I want to say a lot of thanks to you. I want to say thank you to you for coming on Sherix Broadcast Network. Of course, this is your broadcast network. Anytime, feel free to come here. There are topics always coming. Of course, the APC government is keeping us busy, and so we always have topics to talk about. And so I just want to say thank you to you for your time, for your knowledge, and for everything that you contributed today. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you having us. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sherix Web Radio, and we're praying that you multiply this broadcasting station for it to become one day just like CNN. And I know you're on your way. It will happen.
It will happen. Thank you very much for your sentiment.
You know the guy that you know.
In my life.
You na cocaine dealer. You na cocaine dealer. You na cocaine dealer. Never talk to him. She pull a name for that Ebola. So to his friend, but he gets a change name. Pull a name if you man, if you trust. That's why he gets a call him man. Pull a name. I challenge you, more joy. I'm ready for you right now, eh? We are ready for you to relax with you. I won't go. He called.
What is what he called?
Who that? Where are you? He called, eh? I repeat, I'm back to the call because you put two people for 98, Kadija Bangura, and maybe a Kabas. Get a democracy. That they put. What are they? You put them. What are fraud?
Africa. On SBN Live. Sherix Broadcast Network. We lead, others follow.
I know, it's not like I don't love him, but girl, you know my past relationship was just like this. Started lovely but ended up into an abusive relationship. It's not fair for him to suffer for my past experience. I know I have trust issues. It's gonna take me some time for me to open up to him. I'm just trying to be on the safe side.
Enough for be, so Maurice the ladies man. Another walk, so babu, monkey eat, yeah. Enough for be, so you self no, me self no say. Another walk, so nah. Sometimes I do wonder why I for pay for another man in blunder. Me we no supplement, why na me on it for the sour. I no one to make you cry, I no one to tell you lie. I no one they make you sad, I no one they do you bad. The bin don't break your heart, I know. The bin don't make you cry, I know. The bin don't tell you lie, not till you pass to make you deny your future. They always demolish you, I know. They always they cause you, I know. And even they neglect you, not till you pass for make you deny your future. Hey girl, I love you, it's all me. I don't pray for make we no go past. Nah. You said not for love me with all you are. Girl, I love you, not for love me. Not judge me for waiting and not to cost me, not to you ex. Papa God no say I love you, me not to you ex. Another thing for make I hurt you, me not to you ex. And I go pay for waiting and not do, me not to you ex. Girl, I won't make you no say I know one for be you ex.
Baby, I love you, but I'm not gonna pay for another man and cry. I wanna make you know this.
Waiting up for Caesar, he unto Caesar. Waiting up for me, just be unto me. I know when they do you bad, not do unto me. I the beg if I don't cry for you all night, no act why make me irate. I know one day trust to you, why not me for pay the debt? I know the bin don't break your heart, I know the bin don't make you cry, I know the bin don't tell you lie, not till you pass for make you deny your future. They always demolish you, I know. They always they cause you, I know. Girl, I love you, it's all me. I don't pray for make we no go back. Nah. You said not for love me with all you are. Girl, I love you, not for love me. Not judge me for waiting and not to cost me, not to you ex. Papa God no say I love you, me not to you ex. Another thing for make I hurt you, me not to you ex. And I go pay for waiting and for be, enough for be so. Babu walk, monkey eat, no. Another walk so. Another be so suckling. Me teeth sour, no. Another walk so. Yeah, God, girl, I love you, it all me out. I don't pray for make we no go back. Nah, you said not for love me, we told you out. Baby, girl, I love you, not for love me. Not judge me for waiting and not to cost me, not to you ex. Papa God no say I love you, me not to you ex. Another thing for make I hurt you, me not to you ex. I not go pay for waiting and not do, me not to you ex. Girl, I won't make you no say I know one for be you ex. Girl, I love you, it told me yet. I don't pray make we no part, yeah. No treat me like you ex. Never love me like you never heard before.
Real facts, real.
You're not the only woman we are truly adore. No treat me like you ex. I no one they hurt you.
Me not to you X, of course, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, sorry about that echo that is coming from. I have to turn it down. I'm so sorry, guys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, me not to you X, of course, that is a Sierra Leonean song coming from a talented Sierra Leonean brother. We want to say thanks to my brother for that very good track that he did out there. Of course, me not to you X, don't bring your past into your current relationship, because that's exactly what quite a lot of our ladies do, or even men. Some men do that too. Whatever they have gone through in their past, when they meet this new person who really cares about them a lot, they are going to bring that old stuff, that past, into their present and affect the current relationship. And so it is a very nice piece of song, and I applaud the musical artists out there who did that very wonderful song out there. And so right now we're gonna move on to the weather forecast for Freetown, Sierra Leone. And so we want you to sit tight as we make this happen for you. All right, so sit tight.
Sherix Broadcast Network. News, sports, weather, business and finance, technology, culture and more. Tell us your story. Let's debate. Let's stand on issues. Let's defend democracy in Africa. On SBN Live. Sherix Broadcast Network. We lead, others follow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we're going to bring you the weather forecast. Of course, the weather forecast according to the weather channel. Everything is made possible according to the weather channel, and that is exactly what we are bringing to you. And this weather forecast right here is basically for Freetown, Sierra Leone. Of course, all of you know that for quite a couple of months back in last year, Freetown went through the most devastating flooding that occurred in the country. Now we know, they might be giving a weather forecast or whatever, they might be telling it about what the next weather is going to look like. But here at Sherix Broadcast Network, we have also taken the initiative to kind of bring the weather forecast to you. And so you are able to transmit that information over to Sierra Leone, or some of those who are able to watch us live in Freetown, Sierra Leone, they are able to get an advanced weather forecast, from here in the United States. And so we are going to keep this consistent. We are going to be bringing this weather forecast consistently as we continue to go forward. All right. And so the weather forecast for the next 5 days in Freetown, according to the Weather Channel here in the United States, are the following. Of course, here it's going to be 85 degrees. It was 85 degrees today in Freetown. Of course, it's night now, and so the humidity was a little very pleasant. Of course, tomorrow Sunday is going to be 85 degrees. Also, it's going to be mostly sunny, but I think there's going to be a little bit of cloud in there. And then on Monday it's going to be 86 degrees sunny. Tuesday 87 degrees sunny. Wednesday sunny, and Thursday sunny. It's all going to be 87 degrees for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And of course, it's going to be 86 degrees on Monday. And so humidity is going to be within the 60s. Of course, the lower 60s and to 64 degrees is going to be around that. And so it's going to be a very gorgeous weather in Sierra Leone. Of course, it's always very gorgeous over there. For those who don't know, there are only two different types of weather in Sierra Leone, or seasons in Sierra Leone, I can say, and that is the dry season and the rainy season. Of course, the rainy season starts somewhere around late April all the way to September, or October kind of, and then the dry season is around this time now. Of course, people are having a blast. The weather is gorgeous. And so we're going to even take this opportunity right now to show you one of the guest houses in Sierra Leone and where it's located in Banana Island. Banana Island is one of the islands that are situated very close to Freetown, and so they have just built one of the Dalton's guest houses down there. It's looking very gorgeous. The weather is nice. And of course, if you are not a Sierra Leonean and you are looking forward to visit Sierra Leone, that can be one of the possible places you want to go. All right. And so we're gonna show you Dalton's guest house in Banana Island right So guys, isn't that gorgeous? That is very gorgeous, right? That is Freetown, Sierra Leone. Anytime, feel free to check Freetown, Sierra Leone, as that is the place where you are supposed to go. All right. And of course, we're going to proceed with our broadcast. Next, we're going to bring you a very talented young lady by the name of Rosie. And of course, Rosie is combining with Mark Mude, and they're gonna do a song that is titled "Life Goes On." Of course, life always goes on, and we encourage each and every one of you out there who are pursuing your dream never to give up on your dream. If there's something that you really believe in, that is your passion, that is your hobby that you want to do, you don't want anybody to discourage you to stop pursuing that dream. And so life has to go on, all right? No matter what you've been through, you want your life to continue. And so Rosie and Mahmoudé, life goes on.
Yeah, man. Rosie, Mahmoudé. Hey, Baba. Once I know say, me like the one, see I know, yeah. Once I know say, me like the one, see I know go fear.
At first them say me no liability. They go to the point that say me a lucky. A great can see we I don't break free. I shine like a sun in a big legacy. No blame me. No papa God in blessing it is me. Oh I say believe me. And not to juju I said that it is me. So when I'm in that dog, nobody no me care for me. Now we don't rise up. They still want for make up for do. see me. Now we ain't no rest up, hey. They still want for make up for doom. Hey, I want for tell on the bell at the say then go talk to them tired. I want for tell on the rich man then say I gonna be defender. Let them talk, some man they pray for and then begin them be me. Let them talk, I like what they talk, they no go ever be me. Now I'm saying troubles go come, troubles go go, me I no care. I like what they say, I like what they do, me I no go fair. What's got there by me, I go surely make come, now that's not me prayer. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, say I go care. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, me I no go fair.
Hey girl, say, guy, say why you for hate me? When me papa na heaven elect me. Elect you juju affect me. I dey shine like a star, come embrace me. Yeah, I'm the apple of his eyes. It's not right for me, God they cry. Not pulling me out because me papa he always lie. I'm a shining star, nothing can put me down. I'm a shining star, will always be alright.
Troubles go come, troubles go go, me I no care. I like what they say, I like what they do, me I no go fair. What's got there by me, I go surely make come, now that's not me prayer. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, say I go care. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, me I no go fair. Ababa gonna heaven just to give me fame. And now so many people then they lay complain. I bully, I live my life easy. One day at a time me I go kick my game. Aye, now who that go stop me? When me papa give me bulldozer for bulldozer on me enemy, yeah. Now who that way go stop me? Say, I lift my hands up and thank Jehovah for giving me fame. Aye, I lift my hands up and thank him over again. So give me coolie, one day at a time, oh. So coolie, one day at a time, oh. Troubles go come, troubles go go, me I no care. I like what they say, I like what they do, me I no go fair. What's got there by me, I go surely make come, now that's not me prayer. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, say I go care. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, me I no go fair.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to turn this microphone down again. I'm sorry about that. All right, and so, ladies and gentlemen, this time we are going to go to the SBN Health Watch. Of course, today's focus is going to be on Sierra Leone, West Africa, where since independence in that country, the country has been grappling with a lot of issues, especially issues that have to do with overthrow of government, war, starvation, poverty, all of that. And so quite a lot of Sierra Leoneans have been going through a mental health crisis, mental health issues. And of course, there is a stigmatization that is attached to that condition. Whenever somebody has mental health issues, there is a huge stigma that is attached to it, and so it is not treated the way the developed countries look at people who have mental health issues. It is completely different in developing countries, places like Sierra Leone, West Africa. And so looking at everything that Sierra Leoneans have been going through, I mean, we are talking about going through a series of military interregnums, change of government, fear, stress, 11 years of brutal civil war where a lot of people lost their lives, and of course the Ebola crisis, flooding, all of these things going on in the country. It has affected quite a lot of Sierra Leoneans. And so we wanted to see what is going on with mental health in the country, especially that there is only one trained psychiatric in the entire country of 6 million people. And so what is going on with mental health? What is the government doing? What are other people doing? And so we decided to dig a little deep into that. And so we have some information that we are going to bring to you right at this hour. And so it is our delight that we can bring this to you. All right? So stick around and watch.
Sierra Leone emerged from a civil war recently which severely damaged its communities and especially the infrastructure across the country. 10 years on, they're still trying to rebuild the health services. Just to give you an example of what this looks like, there's been estimates recently that there's about 13% of the population that suffers from a mental health problem, and yet there's only one trained psychiatrist in the country for a population over 4 million people.
Extensive research has identified a significant treatment gap across the world. The treatment gap basically means that there are large numbers of people who don't access or can't access any help or support for their mental health problem. This gap is biggest in low and middle income countries, and on average less than 1% of health expenditure in low and middle income countries goes on mental health services.
Because the infrastructure really isn't there with mental health services, so much of the support for people with mental health problems across the country is within their communities. It's family members, sometimes traditional healers, other individuals that are important within the communities. The mental health nurses have mainly been trained in Western models, in the medical model, and that's particularly problematic in a country that there's very little access to psychiatric medications. And so there certainly is a need for more psychosocial approaches.
This study has evolved and has come out of some work which we're doing in England and in the UK. And we're very concerned about the social environment in which people are living. So it's the context of an individual with mental health problems and the support, their access to social resources in their immediate environment. Some of the ideas which we are working from here are related to the notion of social capital. Now, it's quite a disputed concept. It's an idea which means different things to different people, and we're understanding it, as many other authors understand it by, as social resources which people have access to from within their networks.
The first part of the study has been a feasibility study, and that was a visit to Sierra Leone, myself and a colleague from King's Centre for Global Health, which is based at King's College London. The feedback that we received from stakeholders in Sierra Leone was very positive, and they were saying that these ideas about social capital and the ideas about relationship building and connections in the community are quite relevant to the social context that they're coming from. And some of the specific elements that we were able to discuss and that they really pointed out were things like building trusting relationships between a healthcare worker and an individual, and having that healthcare worker be connecting them with people in the community and somehow enhancing their role within the community. And that's really breaking down the stigma, which is so prevalent in Sierra Leone. And some of the traditional beliefs around mental illness that are present there can really be sort of broken down by that healthcare worker. The feasibility study that we've just conducted provided such rich information for us and really gave us the context in Sierra Leone, what mental health services look like, what the workers' experience and training capacity has been thus far. The relationships that we built with individuals in Sierra Leone are relationships that we want to continue fostering once we've come back to the UK, and so we'll be continuing to collaborate with these individuals from a distance and adapting and developing a model of practice that fits in Sierra Leone, as well as developing a training program which highlights some of the gaps in the training that mental health nurses have already experienced, and sort of fill those gaps with psychosocial approaches and look at it from the social capital perspective.
All right, and so it is going to be our hopes that we'll continue to pray for the York University somewhere in Europe, to come to the aid of Sierra Leone, because the country actually needs that. There is so much going on with mental health at this point, and because of the stigmatization, because of the stigma based on the cultural perspective, cultural understanding of what mental health is, our people are suffering in Sierra Leone right about this time. And so it is our hope that the government will pay attention to that, and that whatever the feasibility studies that have started by York University will continue, and that final solution will be provided to the problem. And so next we're going to go to another program, and that is we're going to bring you information directly linked to the maximum prison in Sierra Leone. That's the Pandemba Road prison. We want to give you an idea as to how the government is treating, where I can say the justice system is treating prisoners, and how are people incarcerated in Sierra Leone, because we are seeing very young, poor kids that are going to prison for no reason. Some of their parents will just say, oh, this person stole something from me, something minor like food, and they will sentence a little young boy to prison, and then when he goes to prison, there is no law and order in prison. It is lawless, and so some of them are going through a whole lot of pain, a whole lot of suffering at the Pandemba Road prison. And so the question arises as to whether this is a human right violation by either the Justice Department in the country or by the government itself. And so we're going to bring this to you, all right? The Pandemba Road prison. I mean, even though people who are at Pandemba Road prison are supposed to have committed crimes, but it doesn't mean when you are in prison you don't have your human right. You have certain rights to your dignity and to you being a human being. And so we want to bring this to you, and you be the judge, all right? And so stick around with us.
My name is Andrew Mosi. I came in prison in 2007. My age is 15 years of age. Accused me to commit murder.
Mr. Stevens. I'm a Sierra Leonean, an investment analyst by profession. I would like to say that most of the problems that so many people are here in the prison is coming from the police because, first of all, they don't do proper investigation. The problem is it's not the prison authorities that has to be blamed because most of the people are arrested for minor crimes that I think that can be solved at the police station. And I think that also the judiciary has a big role to play because I think if the police makes a mistake, it is the experience of the judiciary to correct the mistakes of the police. We have a family support unit, which means if you have a problem with your family, you can solve your problem. But most of these police officers, because I think of corruption, because of money, sometimes even innocent people are here, and that is making the prison become overcrowded. And the main problem here is the accommodation for people.
You don't have no good place to sleep. You sleep on the floor. There's no bed. There's no foam. There's no nothing. And they have certain animal in here that suck the blood. Get out. Do you see me? It's all over his skin. It's all right. The food is number one. There's no good medical. Issa Kamara came here in 2010, February the 5th, and he's facing a lot of difficult problems in there now. Number one is sexual harassment about homosexual in the prison, and he's facing a lot of difficult. Number two is the water. So for them, they are facing a lot of problems. They have little kid in here. It's not easy with them in the prison.
My name is Abu Sisi. I live here from 2011. That's in a job bag. My name is Abdul Karim Sisi. I realized in 2004. They accused me of murder.
Most children come from broken homes, and that makes it difficult for them to get a proper upbringing. And basically what the prison is doing about this, I think, is also a little bit problem. You don't have even any facility for rehabilitation. Because if you want to create a juvenile home, you have to create, first of all, a program for them to be able to learn.
Mohammed Kamara, 15.
What you do, Kaya?
I thief computer laptop, the one Ghana must do.
You thief computer laptop,
Yes.
one bag food.
Yes.
Now make Kaya.
Yes.
How many years they give you?
Give me 1 year and 6 months.
1 year, 6 months imprisonment.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is waiting for justice. Of course, you have seen the appalling human rights situation that is in that prison, the Pandemba Road prison in Freetown, Sierra Leone. Of course, that is what the people are going through. And so, we are going to be talking to a human rights advocate here in the United States, who is an American. He's going to be here next week to talk to us exclusively about any possible violation of human rights according to the information we have just gathered from that prison. You know, I mean, we know that these guys are committing crimes or they are guilty of certain crimes, but the punishment that are levied against them and the condition of the environment in which they are being put is just unbelievable. You know, that is just our own personal opinion. It is possible nobody is violating anybody, or it's possible people are violating people. And so until we talk to the human rights advocate, then he will be telling us more about what possible violation that have taken place. But I just couldn't continue to watch that video because it's just very, very appalling. All right. Okay, and so now we're gonna go to good news. You know, I've shown you all the bad news. Now we're gonna move on to the good news. And so that good news is gonna be a repetition of a news that we brought to you last week. And of course, as you can see, this is the Gele hair tie we're going to talk about again this week, because we received so many requests from listeners all over, of people who watched our videos, our broadcast last week. They send us messages on Facebook. They want us to rebroadcast this, and so we're going to do just that, because at Sherix Broadcast Network we always listen to the comments and suggestions from our viewers, and so we're going to listen to this one too. So the Gele hair tie for African women, or for women generally, because all women from other countries are now in fact wearing this Gele hair tie, because it makes them look very elegant, very beautiful, very gorgeous. I mean, can you just imagine when your woman is that beautiful, and then she dresses nice and she puts this Gele hair tie on top of her head? That is just a compliment. That is just like putting a crown on top of your wife's head. And so we want to say a lot of thanks to specifically Nigerians, because they are the ones who introduced this Gele hair tie into the African fashion, and now it is all over. And so once more, we're gonna bring you Mary Onyime. We're gonna bring her to you to talk to her. We're gonna talk to her at Plaza America mall here in Houston, Texas, to tell us just briefly about what she does as far as this Gele hair tie is concerned. So we want you to stick around and see when we went to visit her, what she was doing, and how some of the answers she gave to some of our questions. All right, so stick around. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am on my way to this Nigerian ladies shop. This is the lady who is very, very versatile in tying the African head tie that our women wear. And so I'm gonna go and talk to her about, you know, the head tie and, you know, the fantastic job that she does, because she ships, people order from all over the world, and she ships head ties to people all over the world. I think that is just a very fantastic way of putting Africa on the map. So I'm heading right now to her shop here in Houston, Texas at Plaza America. That's where I'm heading right now. And so once I get there, you're gonna see how beautiful she is at her job. Alright, so sit tight and see that. Okay, right here is Plaza America. Right now, this is where I'm going to video everything. So just get in here. Alright guys, I'm right here at Signature Fashion right now, and the person that is here is Mary that I was telling you about. She is the one that does this beautiful job of tying our African hair ties, putting Africa on the map. All those beautiful hair ties you see. In fact, she is tying one now for a customer that is waiting. And so you can see down here that she is one of the six of the best gele stylists all over the world, not only in America but all over the world. As you can see, her name is on this paper, and of course these are some of the styles. You've seen a lot of these that African women wear. You know, these are some of the styles, and of course you can see here also these are some of the styles. I mean, these beautiful hair ties that our women wear makes them look very gorgeous. And of course, at your request, that's why I am here to a video, and so we can see what she does. Of course, she's going to talk to us also briefly, and she's going to give us information about how you can get in touch with her, you know, to get some of these hair ties. This is a mannequin right here, but you can see how beautiful this is. And so let me just come up close to her. I know she's busy putting a hair tie together. Hi Mary, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I really appreciate you for the work you do. Of course, I was able to buy a hair tie for my wife from you. When did you start doing this here in Houston?
I started this business in 1989, January, as a registered business. But prior to that, I've been helping family members wrap their head ties for over 20 years.
Right.
But I just took it for granted as a hobby. So it really became a profitable business in January of 1989.
Okay, and so do you get people ordering for hair ties from other cities apart from Houston?
Oh yes, I get requests from all over the world.
Wow.
So if you hear Iyalaje worldwide, comes to Gele, that's it. I wrap them, like you see now I'm working on this one right here on the mannequin, and this can be shipped anywhere.
Wow.
I wrap them, flatten them, put them in standard boxes, and when you when it gets to where it's going, you know, it just pops up again, and the fit, they're adjustable.
Okay.
To every head size.
Okay. And so, are you doing this for fun or for just for you to be able to make money out of it?
Oh, right now it has become
A business. Okay, definitely.
Yeah, as you can see, there's a customer waiting, and she's ordered 2 head size. I've wrapped one already.
Okay.
I'm wrapping the second one right now.
Right, these are beautiful. So how do you personally feel that you are making our African women look so gorgeous like this? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm actually excited because African women, when we dress gorgeously, you know, and with the head tie, it's just like a crown, you know, it completes it all.
So have you been getting non-African women, like Americans, coming to buy from you as well?
That's right, yes, I have women coming from all over other places, even right here in this market. A lot of my customers also are Hispanic women.
Okay.
So I have women from the islands, you know, as well, Republic, everywhere from all over.
So if people want to get you or come to you or order from you, what is the information?
They can get me, I'm online. They can Google my name, Mary Onime.
Okay.
Onime is spelled O-N-I-M-E.
Okay.
Or Signature Fashion, spelled S-I-G-N-A-C-H-O-R-E, signaturefashion.com. I'm online and my phone number is 832-605-5280.
Okay.
Anywhere worldwide.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. I want to say thank you to you. We're going to show you on Sherix Broadcast Network. And one day we may even get you to come live in our studio and talk to us, okay? So thank you very much. All right, so guys, you heard it. This is Mary, and this is what she does. Okay. All right, guys, so definitely that is Mary Onime, the gele head tie right there. She's the one that does that very wonderful work, tying gele head tie for our African women, okay? And so we just want to say, in case you want her to do something for you, wherever you are, she ships stuff over to you. She can wrap it and flatten them, put them in standard boxes and mail them over to you. And when you get them, you can just pop them out. Of course, like she said, is adjustable. And of course, the head tie, I think, cost $20, and you pay her $10 to wrap them for you and to ship them over. It's $30, you know, you can afford that because you want to be pretty for your man, okay? And you guys, if you want her to be that pretty and put that hair tie on, I think you're gonna have to make that contribution to contact Mary Onime. So that is the information we have for Mary, from Mary Onime as part of our business report here at Sherix Broadcast Network. And so we're gonna continue to bring you more information. Sit tight, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it is time to inspire. And what are we going to inspire you with tonight? Of course, it is nothing else but the fact that we're going to take you back to Freetown. Of course, with all the bad news that we have given you today about Sierra Leone, West Africa, there are still good news out there in that country. And so after the Ebola crisis, after the country was declared as Ebola free, the business community came together to invite all investors back into the country and to go and invest your business. You know, Sierra Leone is a virgin ground. You know, there are so many things that you can do in that country that will help you to make your own money, whilst at the same time creating jobs for the youths over there and helping to improve on the community. And so this time we're going to bring you an exclusive video that was put together by different business communities in Sierra Leone whose activities have helped in one way or the other to put Sierra Leone back on the map. And so Sierra Leone is ready for business, and Sierra Leone is growing fast. And of course, we encourage you to invest in Sierra Leone. All right, so stick around.
Sierra Leone is poised for a comeback. In 2013, a decade after the end of a civil war, economic growth in Sierra Leone was double the African average. In the first quarter of 2014, Sierra Leone was the fastest growing economy in the world. Then came Ebola. The disease devastated Sierra Leone, killing thousands and throwing the economy into a recession. But Sierra Leone is a resourceful and resilient nation. And 18 months after the epidemic broke out, the World Health Organization declared the end of the Ebola outbreak in Sierra Leone.
The Ebola virus disease threatened to destroy our country. But Sierra Leoneans are resilient people. Our people responded with strength to defeat the virus, and today we are channeling that same energy to regrowing our economy to become the fastest growing economy in the world.
Significant investments in infrastructure have already been made in Sierra Leone to make the country Africa's investment destination. And those investments have created a platform that is ripe for yielding favorable returns for new and returning investors.
Unlike the Civil War, Ebola did not destroy our infrastructure. The same macroeconomic competitive advantages that investors into Sierra Leone enjoyed prior to 2014 exist today. Opportunities abound in a host of industries, for example, fisheries, tourism, manufacturing, agribusiness, financial services, telecoms, etc., etc. Sierra Leone is poised for great economic growth, and savvy investors know that this is the best time to invest in Sierra Leone.
Local and international investors who invested in Sierra Leone after the Civil War have enjoyed significant returns and are planning on investing further into the economy of Sierra Leone.
A Call to Business is a group of companies that provides micro and SME finance, multimedia, print and publishing, software development, and business development services. The company started commercial operations in Sierra Leone in 2008 and has more than tripled our size since then. We also expect to start new lines of businesses in 2016 and to also expand our existing businesses to meet the growing demands of our emerging economy.
We have been in business for the past 7 years, since 2008. When we started with one boat, and now the company has grown, and we have quite a fleet here now of more than 20 boats. Investors are coming in, people are coming in, and we've seen a growth in our business in the last few months. Because we believe in the promise that is Sierra Leone, the company has invested another $1.5 million in the construction of a new terminal that will be going up pretty soon, and in the importation of brand new boats.
20 years ago, Heidelberg Cement invested in a small cement mill in Sierra Leone. Since then, we have invested in extensions and modernization. We have created jobs for several hundred Sierra Leoneans, and today we are proud to say that the factories run almost exclusively by local staff. We are selling this year, in a month, the same as we sold in a year 15 years ago. We believe strongly in the future of the country, and we will continue to build Sierra Leone.
Airtel stepped into Sierra Leone in 2010. Since then, we have heavily invested in our network, service infrastructure, distribution, innovations like mobile commerce, and human resources. Pro-private sector country leadership, fast-growing economy actually excites us of the great future in this country.
我们是山东钢铁集团塞拉利昂矿业有限公司。山东钢铁集团投资于塞拉利昂矿业部门，第一次在2012年、2015年，我们扩展了我们的投资。目前我们100%拥有汤克里锂铁矿项目。我们投资于塞拉利昂，因为我们相信塞拉利昂经济的长期发展潜力。
We have been here, Radisson Blu hotels, since 2009. Since we opened on the 15th of April 2014, we always have engaged recruitment of staff, thinking always about local content policy and investing. And we look forward to an amazing and prosperous future. And I can tell you that Radisson Blu Mamioco Hotel was and will always be together with the local content, with the government, with the people, with the citizens of this great Salone land.
Africell has been in Sierra Leone for more than 10 years. We are the oldest mobile company given our continuous operations since 2005. All along, we believed in the country's potential, and hence the significant level of investment we made from the early stages in rolling out our network infrastructure. Africell has seen continuous growth and is very proud to be doing business in Sierra Leone. Africell joins all Sierra Leoneans to say to the world, the country is open for business and the sky is the limit.
Medical Sierra Leone offers a full range of primary and urgent care, pediatrics, and a full suite of diagnostic medicine, including a fully automated lab, X-ray, and ultrasound. Our doctors and paramedics are internationally certified. We also offer a local ambulance service, and we're fully integrated into Aspen Medical's regional aeromedical evacuation network. We're happy and pleased to be part of the Sierra Leone business community, and we look forward to offering and delivering a high-standard, world-class medical care to international and regional investors in Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone is poised for growth. If you are a savvy international investor looking for the right opportunity to invest, look no further than Sierra Leone. Ebola was yesterday. Today, we are back to growth.
All right, and so definitely that is business in Sierra Leone, and that inspires everybody to go to Sierra Leone and do some business out there. Of course, that is just to say that Sierra Leone is a very resilient country, is a country with people who are very resilient. With everything that the people of Sierra Leone have been through, wars, disease, and trauma and everything, they are still out there, doing business and normalizing their lives. And so we want to say a lot of thanks to the business community in Sierra Leone who are doing quite a great job, putting stuff together. And so this time we're gonna move on to culture. All right, we're going to bring you some Sierra Leonean culture, a culture that some of us came from. All right, we are going to move on now to culture, and of course before that or after that, we're going to go to the answer to the radio for tonight. All right, so stick around with us. Yes, of course, this is the culture of Sierra Leone at its highest peak. This one that you are looking at right now is a culture that is back all the way in the eastern part of the country, precisely in Kailahu district. Now, when you see this masquerade coming out, it's because something very, 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 very important has just happened in that area, and so they are out. Either, you know, a traditional ruler, a paramount chief has died, or, you know, somebody important like the president is visiting that area, or somebody, one of the members of the secret societies has passed away. That's the only time you see them out like this. All right, and when they are out like this, everybody obeys them. They are on top of things. They rule everything. And so they are from 3 chiefdoms in Kailahu district in the eastern province of Sierra Leone, and those chiefdoms are Jawe, Njarahu, and Malema chiefdoms. That's where this rich culture is from. And so we're going to bring you, you know, just a little bit of how they do things when they gather. It is such a beautiful sight, you know, it's such a beautiful sight. So we want you to stick around and see this, all right?
Okay. You should know by smart. Mike avec une TV clos. Okay. You should know by smart. them call my. Buy a ring that
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful culture out there. That culture is a culture from Eastern Sierra Leone, from Chawe, Chalwahon, and and Malema chiefdoms in Kailahun district, Eastern Sierra Leone. All right, and so that takes us to the riddle. Okay, of course, we are about to end the broadcast, and we started this broadcast with this riddle, and we're gonna end the broadcast with this riddle. And so, if you know the answer to this riddle, you can call Skype right now and give us the answer. Of course, the Skype ID is Sherix Broadcast Network. When you get that, just give us a call and provide us with an answer. And of course, the riddle is again: tall in the morning, short at noon, gone at night, but I'll be back soon. What is it? What is it? That's the riddle. You know, you gotta give us a clue. You gotta give us an answer to that riddle. If you know it, you gotta give it to us, okay? And so we want to see that somebody was actually trying to call in and give an answer to the riddle. So we don't know if she is going to call in. We are going to see if she is going to call in and give us an answer to the riddle. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yes, who is speaking?
Yes.
Okay, hello. You want to give us answer to the riddle? Okay. Do you already know the riddle, or you want me to read it to you again? Yes. The riddle is: tall in the morning, short at noon, gone at night, but I'll be back soon. What is it? Did you say shadow? Let us see if you are correct with that. If you are correct with that, you know, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is shadow. Yes, so Lou, you got the answer to this riddle. We want to say we appreciate you for, calling in and for providing answer to the riddle. We appreciate that. Is there anything you want to say live?
Yes, I just want to say that I believe.
Right. Thank you very much for that sentiment. And of course, yes, you won a t-shirt. Of course, I forgot to tell you about that you just won a Sherix Broadcast Network t-shirt. And of course, we have your contact on Skype. We're going to be calling you back to give us information as to how we can get the t-shirt over to you. Right? Thank you so much for your time and for calling in. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to classic oldies. Of course, we're going to give you the 80s. Of course, that's what we're going to do right now. And so that's going to be the end of our broadcast for this week. We're going to give you classic 80s. Of course, those of you who were in school during the 80s, you know exactly what I'm doing.
Do you think I can afford keep you happy. They're just trying to keep you satisfied. Mr. Mister, tell me, who do you think you are? Mister, you're never gonna get my love.
Children of Sierra Leone, it's so painful to see you cry. Fathers and mothers of Africa, we need to unite and make Africa a better place to live. Cause we are one people, no matter the color, neither the language. We are one, and one we shall always be.
Everywhere we go, it's the same thing, yeah. People are dying, and it's not a fun thing, yeah. Africa, we need divine intervention, yeah. Each and every day, and each and every way.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Every day we fuss and fight, cause we don't care. We got no love in life for each other, hey. Let's come together now, one Africa, hey. We should live in peace and unity, together make us strong. Sweet Africa, sweet, sweet mama Africa. Some people are dying, save us now. Sweet Sierra Leone, sweet, sweet mama Sierra Leone, yeah. Some people are dying, save us now.
You see the water where they run right down me eye. I see no smile no more, every day man they cry. You see this dangerous thing where they happen now, Milani. All over Africa, people are dying, people are dying. Oh, we can make it if we unite and love just Africa. No matter what, just keep on fighting, and I know you'll be there. Yeah. Our struggles are today, the troubles are today. We gotta fight it till we reach to the top.
Don't ever give up now. Children of the Most High, always keep the faith, yeah. And don't give up now. This is a stressful time, yeah. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. Sweet Africa, sweet, sweet mama Africa. Some people are dying, save us now. Sweet Sierra Leone, sweet, sweet mama Sierra Leone, yeah. Some people are dying, save us now.
Sierra Leone, now we getting popular, cause every day we people dying of Ebola. This is scary, not a fun thing, not a plaything. All I gotta say, may God help we are.
Oh Lord, rescue Africa now from all the split with the trouble this land now. Ebola not the virus, cholera and malaria we want
for make things right. Now the sight of God we do them things them way so right. Better unite, this not big fight. Prayer verses we for recite.
One love, one Africa. One love, one Africa, yeah. Together we can be strong. Together we can be strong. One love, one Africa. One love, one Africa, yeah. Together we can be strong.
Lord, we call upon you, O God Jesus. We cry to you, O God, this moment. Sierra Leone is calling upon you, O God. Father, Lord, we are crying to you, O God, for healing. Lord Jesus, we command Ebola, O God, to go in the name of Jesus. Lord, save Sierra Leone, O God. Save Africa, O God, from Ebola. We know that you have already done it, O God. Thank you for saving our nation. Thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray.